welcome to all our viewers of IT Voice Tech News. Today, I got a privilege to sit with the founder member and the director of Iris Global, the Kamini Talwar. Very good afternoon, ma'am. A very
Good
warm welcome
afternoon.
to the IT Voice viewers. So, ma'am, could you please start with your journey, like how it's been so far in a one word and why it is so?
Thank you for this opportunity. I am a founder member and director of IRIS since 1996, spearheading the business strategies of the company to attain its goal to become profitable and grow in a very healthy manner. In one word, if you ask me, I sum up my journey, it's thrilling, absolutely thrilling.
Must be.
So
It's been like almost 2 decades, and there is any time of a thought when you thought like, नहीं नहीं अब मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है बस like you need to take a step back.
So I have been a very relentless, determined, and dedicated woman ever since I started my career. So this thought has never come to my mind, and my attitude is never say die. So there was no time in my life when I said कि मुझसे नहीं होगा. That's what I also teach my women entrepreneurs.
And like in your experience, like what kind of unique strength you want like to women to bring to the field of sales, and how do you capitalize on these trends?
So women in the office environment bring color, spice, energy, and their natural instinct and decision-making capabilities, which are of immense value to any organization.
Yeah.
So these strengths, we really use them, and we've had women at positions of back end, and now they're heading business. They're the head of businesses, and at vice president levels, they are growing very well, and they have been chiseled under our leadership.
Like in like as a sales master, like how do you mentor and coach aspiring female sales professionals to help them to achieve their the full potential?
So one very important advice I give them is that 70% of their success depends on the choice of the spouse they make. So
This is one of
if
the
that
main
goes
things.
wrong, then they
Yeah.
get left behind and become teachers and accountants.
Must be like
So if the choice of their spouse is correct, then they can go all the way up. So that is 70% of their success depends on that. Secondly, they need to their biological clock and their career clocks are clashing. At the same time, they are producing kids and their career is also growing. So they have to take a decision that they are going to give priority to their workplace, and they will have their crutches and nannies lined up for the for the back home activities. Otherwise, they can never succeed. If they do these two things, the success is guaranteed for women.
it's like you must be like getting a good score from a sales side.
Yeah.
That's why like
Yeah, so I prepare myself, and today my children do not regret that when they needed me most, I was not
yeah,
there.
yeah. This is a complaint of the most of the kids now. Yeah.
But now they compensated my kids with hardship allowance of foreign holidays and giving them luxurious lifestyle so that they don't miss on anything. And they have become good singers, good swimmers, good in
Given
studies.
them a free choice, like
So
whatever.
they have done well. Everything has worked out well. But I've had my share of struggles and rewards. But I think I've been really compensated multiple times of what I've done.
Let's talk about the sales process. Like, what do you usually handle objections and rejections? Like, how do you handle during the sales process? It's a very important thing.
Well, I believe that every problem has a solution, and I take it as a transaction. So while I'm running a distribution organization, in a distribution organization, it's a very transaction oriented. So distribution is a very transaction oriented business, and you have to resolve transaction in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a credit business where I need to protect my finance and also mitigate the risk. So we give credit to 10,000 partners in the country, but not knowing them at all.
Yeah.
So you have to take a call. The CFO cannot take a call. It's my judgment how I give that credit. So, so I have multiple Zoom calls in a day where I go through these, credit clearances on large deals, very very large deals. Sometimes I say I'm playing with crores, and that itself gives you high. But then if there is you have to say no, you have to say no.
Yeah.
So then you have to come out of the transaction.
Yeah, definitely in this in the scenario,
Yeah.
like it's a changing marketing scenario, so you have to adapt to the changes as well.
Yeah.
The sales.
On that topic, I would say that we have more than 50 products in distribution. And in distribution, you have to be on your toes because one, as I said, there is credit business. Second is that the obsolescence is very high. The inventory is getting obsolete every 3 months. And then with 50 products, the sales strategy differs with every single product. And that has become a way of my life
Yeah.
to change the strategy, move on to the next product, train them, enable them, put them on auto mode, and move to the next product.
So, like, what is your vision? Like, where do you want to see the IRIS Global in the next 5 years? Like, what kind of expansion plans that you have in your mind? Like, if you want to share it with the
Yeah, sure. So, so we have created two levels of leadership in the company. So I would like to make more and more leaders. It's a universal problem to create leaders.
Yeah.
If you have leaders, then the mother is so strong. Mother, I mean, is Iris. So I want to leverage on that. So I call myself maximizer because I maximize business from one business to the other. So this is my vision that I want to maximize my business. I started rental business in this company that has flourished. There is import and export. There is value added business. There is third party business. There are so many verticals that have been created. So as you develop more leaders, I want to create more and more profitable verticals. Because if you have the business acumen sense,
Yeah.
and your mother is strong, you can really create more and more verticals in the organization.
Yeah.
And with the I have a very positive feeling about the next 5 years in the country, and this is the place to be there in India. So I'm very very positive that we will be able to develop a lot of new products which are coming our way with the artificial intelligence and digital transformation. We should be able to do something really.
One question I definitely would like to ask, like you are the Iron Lady, you are the only like the woman I have met like in the ICT industry as of now. Like, so how do you like basically balancing that demands of being a wife and a mother and a working professional? Like, how do you like your basically contribute to effectiveness to the workplace basically?
So behind every successful woman is herself. First of all, I feel that nobody makes you successful
Yeah.
because I have burnt that midnight oil to be where I am today.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I have prioritized my work. Iris is something I look forward to coming in the morning.
Yeah.
You know that. So if you call me that it's work, I feel guilty because I love my job. So when you love your job, it's not work. So it's no work-life balance. They both are mixed up. So for me, I enjoy my work and I take it with a lot of spirit and
Still maintaining the family part.
maintaining the family.
And like definitely most of the young entrepreneurs must be listening this. So like what kind of piece of advice that you wanted to give it to the especially to the women young entrepreneurs?
So the women entrepreneurs, I told you that they need to select their spouse very very carefully. So that is on them, and they need to prioritize work. There is no other choice because in our times we were given like 18 days to have a child with C-section and back in the office. Now they get 6 months leave and still they are not able to make it, and they come for 2 months and they resign.
Yeah.
So I tell them this is really not the right way because it's very tough for an organization to give them free 6 months leave, and after that they are not able to manage the child and the work together.
Yeah.
So they have to become stronger, and they have to have their priorities clear. They have to have clarity in their mind what they want to become. And I see people coming for interviews. I interview at least 2 to 3 candidates a day. They've done aviation and they are looking for a back end job. So they just lack clarity. We know what we want to become from the very first day, what I want to become in my life. So this is what they lack clarity, and they waste their parents' money in doing those courses, which are not going to be coming handy for them in the future.
No. Let's talk about the new generation then. Like, what kind of like missing piece of puzzle in our generation is creating?
So very first thing is the discipline. So for us, coming to work is very important. It's a quintessential quality which cannot be missed. And they want to work from home. They want to work from where they are. They want to work from Starbucks. That's not my way of life. So I feel that the new generation will have to prioritize on discipline. Number two, very important, the new generation is not working on the business language, business dressing, business acumen. You cannot start a startup and have a luxurious office. Your business acumen is more important than a luxurious office. You have to start small, start safe, and start with, everyone starts with a small fund.
Yeah.
Nobody has big fund to start a business. So they have to be sure about what they are doing. They should focus on their business acumen rather than a flashy, swanky office.
Yeah.
That is second point. Third point is that the languages that they use, the business language, is so slang. Like if I write a mail, the mail has to be so effective and meaningful. And their one-liner mail, which is a slang language, just pisses the other person off. You have
How we talk, like
isn't
new
it?
generation talk in
So
that way.
you have to
So
take time, and it's all about seriousness about work. So they are not hardworking.
new generation.
You agree with me?
Yeah, somehow like because the language like that we have opted,
Yeah.
like, we are using the short forms of everything.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Okay. And if you like say like if your life was a movie, like what kind of title you would like to give it to?
So if you ask me about movie, I think I would call Kal Ho Na Ho. Because I live for today. My every moment should be meaningful. My day should be productive. You can see it on my face. If my day is not productive, I'm not happy. So I want my day to be productive. I want my every minute to be meaningful. And last but not the least, a successful person looks attractive automatically.
And when we talk about the customer and the partner engagement, like how does our ideas ensure the exceptional customer satisfaction and a strong partner relationship?
So, in the last 2 to 3 decades, I have nurtured hundreds of partners. And by nurturing, I would say is not just giving credit, but telling them how to do business by showing them the way which products they should be doing. Because they come and flash a paper order and they expect the credit to be given. So we have gone ahead and understood his problem, protected our fund, and then gone and given the credit, and he's paid back that money. So there are like 10,000 partners in this industry. And I'm so proud to say this, that if I pick up a phone and call any partner who I don't even remember that I know him, he says, "Yes, ma'am. It's so nice you called." So, that is my earning,
Yeah.
that they still remember me. If I am on a panel discussion, I get off the panel discussion, they will come and say, "What I am today is because of you." So that is something which is the goodwill that I created in the industry. I just benefited a lot by that goodwill. And what happened with that goodwill is that resourcefulness became a way of my life. So I became so resourceful that on a click of a button, whatever I want done, I can get it done. Whoever I want to connect, I can connect. So if I want a 30 crore order, my relationship is so good
Yeah.
that he will
Maintain
first
such
give
a
me
good
priority.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So artist is benefited in a huge way by
You must
my
be taking
goodwill
care of
that
all
has been created.
your channel partners
Yeah.
as well and dealers
So
and distributors as well.
correct. And I have traveled extensively and gone and met them in their
And you
offices
personally engaging with
personally,
them.
and I know their family. Even I'll make it a point to know everything about a partner
Oh,
while doing
that's
business.
nice.
Because
This is the
not
first
just
thing like I'm hearing
yes.
from a CEO point of view. Seriously, like that
So
you are actually engaging with them on a personal front
yeah,
as well.
so I have done 16 calls a day in smaller cities, but I have been on the roads. Because
This
sitting on your
is
table,
this is
you
something
really
great.
cannot, get to know the market intelligence if you
Yeah,
have to do
definitely. If
business.
you are going to on
Yeah,
the field, you are
yeah,
knowing the actuality
yeah,
of like what is happening with them. So
yeah.
this is very good thing that you are doing. So, okay, mom. Then thank you, ma'am, for sharing a very thoughtful insight with us, the ITOS team members. If you want to have something else to share it with us, ma'am, you can share with
Thank
the
you for
ITOS
giving me
team.
this opportunity, and I'm glad to share. I hope the next generation takes it. The Gen Z should plan their businesses in a more serious manner, and not become one successful startup out of 100. The ratio should be at least 60-40. 60 startups should be successful.
Thank you very much.